Hello, everyone. It's Cheryl. I want to talk with you a little bit about why Reiki does not work for some people. So, you may have, let me just start with a story about somebody that I personally had an issue with for years. So, one person I knew that I could help with Reiki, but she was just not a believer. She just basically told me that. She just said, I know that you believe in it, but I don't. And I think because of the fact that I don't believe in it, it's not going to work for me. And she was right. It's not going to work if you don't believe that it's going to work. So there's something to be said about what it is that you are thinking it can do for you or not. There's something to be said about that. So when someone comes to you and they have called you for a Reiki appointment, it's really a good sign that they may have just this amount of light that wants to get through to them to bring them the healing that they need. But if they're totally closed down and they're coming for Reiki, which I can't believe would mean they're totally closed down. If they're coming for Reiki, there's a part of them, a little tiny part, that's open to receiving it. And it's your job as a Reiki practitioner to bring them that little bit of light. And it may be the smallest thing that they notice it has changed, and then they come back for a second session with you. And then they notice a little bit more has changed. And they come back for a third session with you. That's where, in my opinion, changes are made in that third session with those people who are kind of on the fence about it. The third session, all of a sudden they get it. I feel like the first session, they're like, I don't know if it's really going to work, but I'm going to come and see you because so and so recommended you. The second time, they're not as nervous about it because they've been through it once and the procedure is exactly the same. So they're a little bit more comfortable now. So they may be at the point where they're happy to come and see you again because they notice a little bit of a change and they're wondering, well, can it really do something for me? So the second time's a little bit easier. And they may have some sort of increased mobility if they're coming in for leg issues or whatever. The third time when they come to see you, you may blow them out of the water because of the fact that they didn't expect anything that you actually gave them like you did for that third time, right? So I want to just say to you, if you have a client that's coming in, one of the things you might want to consider is having some sort of a special. Say, usually my one Reiki session is this amount of money, but if you come and see me three times, I'll give it to you for like buy two, get one free. So they come back for that third time. After that third time, if you don't have them, um, sold, so to speak, on Reiki, then it's not going to happen. But three seems to be the right number for me. If I can get someone in three times, they understand the power of Reiki and they want more of it. So, for example, I'll go back to my story again. This lady that I knew for several years, like 15, 16, 17, 18 years, just asked me a ton of questions about Reiki. I answered everything that I could, but she was still in her mind, don't think so, can't work for me, right? Finally, I don't know what happened. She came for a Reiki session. She got off the table and she said, I have never experienced anything like that. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know where I was. It was heaven. I don't know how you got me there and I don't want to leave it. I just want to stay there. I want to go back. How did you do that? That was amazing. So when they finally have that aha moment, it's over the top aha. It's ta-da! I've been united with my God. I know what love is. I know what peace is. I know what it is to be there. And I love it. And I want to stay there and I want to go back and I want to learn it. And how did you do that? And that was amazing. All of those things that you've been waiting for all these years finally hits like a ton of bricks. And then they just look at you like, why didn't you tell me it was like this? Meanwhile, I did. I did tell you, but your will is to be done. If you are willing that you can't possibly understand it or get it because you don't believe in it, that's your will. So something changed on your end, not with me. It's something that happened for you that all of a sudden you got it. That has nothing to do with me. That's between your God and you. I am simply the mediator in between that can help to bring it to you if that's what you want. Does that make sense? I hope it does. So, free will, huge part of this, huge, as well as remember that this is just an intensification or a focusing of prayer upon the person, right? A lot of people don't understand that. This is what we're doing. We're praying, we're bringing the love of God straight to you for you to heal. That's what we're doing. And all that I do as I'm doing this is I'm praying for you. I'm praying that you get the light and the love that God has for you. That's all I'm doing. That's all it really takes. It's not difficult. It's not hard. It's not some big rocket science type of thing. It's not voodoo. It's not, woohoo, what is she doing? It's none of that. It's very simple. It's straightforward and it works. So sorry. um, and it works. So I just want to tell you to please take the moment to understand where people are. Because if they're not in the same space as you are about wanting to be healed, they're not going to receive the healing that you can provide. It doesn't mean that you didn't do it right. It doesn't mean that it's not working. Remember, you are the vehicle between the two. So if you're working with unconditional love from God and you're trying to give it to the person, but the person isn't open to receiving that, that's not your fault. So don't think that you did something wrong. You didn't. Okay. You are doing it right. Keep going on your path. Know that you're doing it right. And keep asking for those people to come to you that are open to receiving it because that's the clients that you're looking for. That's your niche, so to speak. That's what I'm constantly asking for. Send me the people that I can help. That's what I want, right? Because that's what we're here for. I know what my purpose is, and if you know what that is, you want to give it to the people who are open to receiving it, right? That's my free will. I am choosing that as well. So I hope that helps you understand free will a little bit better when it comes to Reiki. And know that the people that, like this one customer that I had who thought it couldn't possibly work for her, guess what? It did. It did work for her. And there's nothing that is more precious, honestly. It was like the cherry on top of the sundae for me when she had this aha amazing moment. It was like I have been waiting for this for years and it finally came. So that it brings so much warmth to your heart. It puts the extra belief in what it is that you're doing and it keeps you going. And I know it sounds so silly, but I just was so happy that she was finally there. So blessed that she could get there. And that's what we want for all of our clients, right? We want them to get to feel the love of God. Have a great day. I'll talk with you again soon. Bye.